Apple Valley. This is Mr. Balsoni, the principal here at Apple Valley High School. This is my first year as principal, so please be nice to me. Mr. Degenar retired in June and is probably smiling from his deck as he thinks about us right now during our first day of school. The first thing I want to do is welcome our new and returning students to the 16-17 school year. We have over 425 new students starting today that are part of the class of 2020. I am very excited for the upcoming year and the great things we have in store for us. As you know, we have shortened classes today. You will get a chance to meet all of your teachers for the first trimester. Tomorrow, we will be on our regular schedule with classes starting at 7:30. The purpose of this video is to communicate the District 196 rules and regulations to all students, while at the same time introducing you to some of the staff members here at Apple Valley High School. It is important that all students listen and follow the rules set by the district to ensure a safe and positive learning environment. Teachers, please make sure to take attendance both on campus and also on the special sheet provided by the attendance office. You may also pass out the student handbooks at this time. Apple Valley is an exciting place to be right now. As many of you know, we are a STEM school dedicated to academics, arts, and athletics. We are one of 24 schools in the entire country that partners with the U.S. Department of Labor on a Career Connect grant. Our program, called E3 STEM, offers opportunities for students to earn free college credits, receive career counseling, and participate in internships in STEM fields. We also added 2 STEM career development classes at Apple Valley: music production and Cisco computer networking. Talk with your counselor to learn more about these programs. Let's talk about some of the updates to our school building that happened over the summer. We have added an electronic engineering station to our already amazing Fab Lab. We transformed the old ITC into a new learning space called the Multimedia Makerspace. This new lab offers students the tools to create digital audio and video content for a variety of different class projects. We now have a green room connected to our theater for performers to meet and prepare to take the stage. We also updated our cafeteria with new colors and carpet to reflect our school colors and school pride. Many of you will notice new carpet, ceiling tiles, and even LED lighting in certain sections of the building. We also updated the sound system in all of our gyms. These are just some of the summer improvement projects. Things are looking good here at Apple Valley High School. Please take pride and care in our school. We always want to look and be our best. In closing, I want to thank all of you for your attention to the important messages in this program. You will hear from our administrative staff, school resource officer, and nurses. I want to wish everyone a great start to the school year.
Hello Eagles, I'm Pete Biskins, Assistant Principal here at Apple Valley High School. Looking forward to another new year. I'm in a new role. There's a lot of new changes here at Apple Valley High School. I'm now the Assistant Principal for Student Services, but I won't be far from athletics, and so you will see me at plenty of events this year. I have a few things that I'd like to talk to you about today as we begin day 1 of our 2016-17 school year. First, Picture Day, very important day. That will be this Friday. You'll be getting flyers in your social studies classes. Make sure you get your picture taken. Even if you're not going to buy pictures, this year it will be very important for you to have your student ID. So seniors, if you need a new student ID, make sure you stop down and get your picture taken as well. Why will you need your student ID? Always good to have it as you're walking around school so new staff know that you're supposed to be here. So make sure you are ready for Picture Day on Friday. Second, let's talk about Pass No Credit. 1 class per trimester can be taken as Pass No Credit here. What that means is instead of getting a letter grade, you can receive a pass if you've earned that work. What you need to do is pick up the form in the guidance office and turn it in within the first 20 days of the school year, each trimester, and you can take 1 class as Pass No Credit. Another exciting program I'd like to talk to you about here at Apple Valley is our Eagle Excellence program. Each year, our teachers select 1 student that they honor as doing excellent work in our classrooms and in our hallways. This student is recognized at a breakfast once a trimester, and their pictures are on display outside of the attendance and guidance office. It's a great honor to be selected as a teacher's one student each year for our Eagle Excellence program. It's a great breakfast and a time to honor our students who are doing awesome things in the classroom and in our school community. Take a look at the pictures outside of the guidance office and do your best in the classroom so you have a possibility to be selected as our Eagle Excellence Award winners. Once again, welcome back. We're looking forward to a great school year. Make good choices, be great citizens in the hallway, and make sure you're showing your Eagle pride.
My name is Josh Gerving. I'm the School Resource Officer for Apple Valley High School. There's just a few things that I want to talk about for the 2016-2017 school year. The first thing I'd like to talk about is theft. All of us have great valuables that we like to keep safe and secure. We don't like to leave those valuables sit out in classrooms or left in hallways, including phones, iPads, wallets, purses, anything that is of value to you that you can attach a dollar amount to. We want to make sure that those things are safe. Good ways to do that are keeping those in your lockers. Street lockers are the best way to keep your valuables safe. Those lockers are secure and closed. No one can see into those lockers, and they don't know what are going to be in your lockers. A bad place to put your valuables is the locker rooms. The locker room lockers are open. People can see into those lockers. Sometimes people can get into those lockers in many different ways to get your valuables. We want to keep your valuables safe, and the best way to keep them safe is your street locker or on your person. The next thing I'd like to talk about is the parking passes. Make sure that your parking passes are visible in your rearview mirror so that everybody can see those passes. That way we can keep track of your vehicles better and keep track of your possessions better. The next thing I'd like to talk about dealing with the parking lots is valuables left in your cars. We don't want to leave any valuables visible left in the cars. If you have any valuables at all, my suggestion to you is to put those valuables in your trunk of your vehicle. That way nobody can get into your trunks. The next thing I'd like to touch on is intramural sports. This fall, intramural sports will be starting. You'll be able to get flyers and information from the main office, and fall leagues will be starting soon after the school year starts. Intramural sports is a great way to get to know your classmates and new students coming into the school. If you have any questions about intramural sports, you can stop into the main office and see me, or you can stop in and talk to someone in the main office and they'll point you in the right direction. Good luck for the 2016-2017 school year. I look forward to meeting all of you, getting to know you, and if you have any questions, my door is always open. Thank you.
Welcome. I am Miss Liebeck, Administrator in the Attendance Office. I'm here to talk with you about a variety of topics, all relevant to the respectful, responsible, and scholarly environment at Apple Valley High School. Let's start with your student IDs. Every student receives one free student ID with their school picture on it. Carry this with you. Getting used to having a valid form of ID on your person at all times is appropriate and a healthy habit to have. Your ID is useful both in and outside of your school life. Should you lose your ID, replacements may be obtained for a cost of $5 in the ITC. Entering, leaving, and returning to the building during the school day. Your safety is our concern. You need to be in school and accounted for, so please check in if you come late and check out if you need to leave early. If you arrive to school late or return to school after an appointment, check in with attendance to receive an admit to class. Do not leave the building without an admit. Check out with attendance if you need to leave early. Check out with the school nurse if you become ill during the school day. Don't just leave without letting the attendance office know. Apple Valley High School is a closed campus during the entire school day. This includes fifth-hour lunch. No leaving, no matter how much you are hankering for that supersized fast food snack. Leaving school without an admit is grounds for detention or in-school suspension. You will be held accountable to make up your lost learning time. Please note, Apple Valley High School is closed to student visitors at all times. Coming to school early or staying after school hours. For your safety and the safety of our school community, all students coming early or staying after school past 2:30 must be under the direct supervision of a teacher, advisor, coach, or other staff member. our cafeteria and vending. All who eat breakfast, lunch, or snack food items obtained from the cafeteria, vending, or home, remember your manners, please. Be responsible and be respectful. Consume your food in the cafeteria during breakfast and fifth hour lunch. Clean up after yourself. Don't leave a mess. Dispose of trash in the appropriate trash receptacles in the cafeteria and throughout the building. Help keep our entire building clean, presentable, and polished with Eagle pride. Student expulsion. Listen up and note the 12 offenses that can result in police involvement and expulsion from Apple Valley High School and all District 196 schools. Number 1, arson, intentional destruction or damage to school or district buildings or property by means of fire. 2, aggravated assault, committing an assault upon another person with a weapon or device used as a weapon, or an assault which inflicts great bodily harm upon another person. 3, physical assault upon a staff member, including agents, volunteers, and school resource officers, acting with intent to cause fear in another person of immediate bodily harm or death, or intentionally bullying, inflicting or attempting to inflict bodily harm upon another person. Any intentional, harmful, or potentially harmful physical contact or bullying initiated by a student against a staff member will be considered to be an assault. 4, false bomb threat, intentionally giving a false alarm of a bomb, including through the use of electronic communication. 5, burglary, entering a building or specific area of a building without consent and with intent to commit a crime, or entering a building without consent and committing a crime. 6, chemicals, intent to sell, give, or share, possess, attempt to possess, or under the influence or use of chemicals. 7, possession or use of explosives, possessing or using any compound or mixture, the primary or common purpose of which is to function by explosion, with substantially instantaneous release of gas and heat. Number 8, robbery or extortion, obtaining property from another person where his or her consent was induced by use of force, threat of force, or under false pretenses, including through the use of electronic communication. Number 9, sexual violence, a physical act of aggression or force, or the threat of aggression or force, which involves non-consensual sexual contact or sexual intercourse with another person, including intentional touching of clothing, covering a person's intimate parts, intentional touching of a person's intimate parts, forcing a person to touch any person's intimate parts, or intentional attempt to or actual removal of clothing covering a person's intimate parts or undergarments. Number 10, terroristic threat, threatening, directly or indirectly, to commit a crime of violence with the purpose to terrorize another or with reckless disregard of the risk of causing terror in another, including through the use of electronic communication. Number 11, theft or knowingly receiving or possessing stolen property. Number 12, possession of a weapon or look-alike weapon. Take note, certain offenses committed a second or third time may result in police involvement or expulsion. Number 1, false alarm, intentionally giving a false alarm of a fire or other emergency notification system, such as 911, or tampering or interfering with any alarm or alarm sensor. 2, alcohol, intent to sell, give, or share. Selling, giving, or sharing or intending to sell, give, or share alcohol, including through the use of electronic communication, where selling, giving, or sharing is prohibited by Minnesota or federal law. Number 3, possession of ammunition, mace, or pepper gas. Possession of bullets, other projectiles designed to be used in a weapon or other material designed to cause pain or injury. Number 4, physical assault upon a student. Number 5, damage or tampering with property, vandalism. Intentionally damaging or tampering with property that belongs to the school, district, or other students, employees, or others. 6, unauthorized use of a fire extinguisher. Unauthorized handling of a fire extinguisher or fire alarm sensors. 7, possession or use of fireworks. Using, possessing, or offering for sale any substance, combination of substances, or articles prepared to produce a visible or audible effect by combustion, explosion, or detonation. If you have questions about these or any other offenses listed in the Students' Rights and Responsibilities Handbook, please speak with an administrator. Our community is a scholarly environment. Don't bring things to school that shouldn't be here. Bottom line, be safe and make good decisions. Violent student behavior, or VSB. Any student who engages in behavior identified as violent student behavior in the consequences chart will be identified as a student with a history of violent behavior. Whenever possible, teachers will be notified ahead of time if a student identified as VSB is in their classroom. Building principals have discretion to provide notice to other staff members who also interact with a student identified as VSB. Our aim is to keep Apple Valley High School a safe, respectful, responsible, and scholarly learning environment. Should you ever encounter something or someone that alarms you, appears suspicious, or makes you feel uncomfortable, please report this activity to a staff member immediately. Remember, we are here for you. And now, Mr. Tinder, my colleague in the attendance office, is up next.
Good morning, Apple Valley High School. I'm Mr. Tinder. I'm one of the administrators in the attendance office, and today I need to talk to you about three major topics. The first portion of my program today will cover student behavioral expectations, and we have two major expectations I want to briefly outline for you today. The first expectation is we expect all students here at Apple Valley High School to respect the people and the property that surround them. Everyone, regardless of who they are or where they come from, deserve to be treated with respect here at Apple Valley High School. Harassment and any type of bullying will not be permitted here at Apple Valley High School. At this time, I'd like to go over the district policy surrounding cyberbullying with you students. Cyberbullying is defined as the inappropriate use of technology such as, but not limited to, personal websites, web pages where students and or staff members are verbally abused, verbally assaulted, bullied, defamed, threatened, harassed, or terrorized, and the conduct impacts the ability of the school to maintain order and discipline. It is important to note that discipline may result from conduct that takes place from your personal or school computer. The conduct can also take place at school or at a remote site. Students who are disciplined underneath this category can face additional discipline infractions as well. Students, it's also important to respect the property that surrounds you. A lot of time and a lot of effort has been put into maintaining an educational environment that is one of the best in Minnesota. At this time, I'd like to go over the school district policy surrounding damage to property. It states, intentionally defacing, cutting, or otherwise damaging property that belongs to the school, district, other students, employees, or community members is prohibited. The consequences for this offense range from a 3-day suspension to an expulsion. Students, it's also important to be respectful to the people that are around you. Students need to follow the instructions that are given to them by all staff. The willful refusal to not abide by an instruction given by a staff member is called insubordination. The consequences for insubordination range from a detention all the way up to an expulsion. Our second major behavioral expectation that we have for you today is that you're accountable for your own learning. Remember, it's going to take a lot of work in order to graduate from Apple Valley High School, and it is our goal as a staff to support you throughout your high school experience, but also challenge you to become the best student that you can become. If you disrupt classes, there will be consequences. Keep in mind that your personal technology device can turn into a nuisance device. The school definition for a nuisance device is any personal belonging that could cause a disruption to the educational setting. The consequences for having a nuisance device range from a detention all the way up to a multiple-day suspension. Remember, students, you are welcome to use your personal technology devices before school, at lunch, and after school. You can also use your personal technology devices when you're encouraged to by your teachers or staff here at Apple Valley High School. If you are not given a direct instruction to use your personal technology device, you should keep it stowed away so it is not visible and audible to others in our learning setting. The first step to academic success is good attendance. Unexcused absences will lead to detention and also possibly Dakota County involvement. It is important that you're here, students, and it's also important that you turn in high quality work. Put your best foot forward. Do not accept half credit or no credit for homework assignments. When you're gone, you are also responsible for all of the work that you've missed. Contact your teacher or another student as soon as you come back to school in order to receive your work. Students, also have your parents write a note if you're gone or call the attendance office. These expectations will not only save you from school consequences, but will lead to academic success. The second major topic I'd like to talk to you about is chemicals. It's important that you understand the school rules surrounding chemical possession and use. The school district policy is as follows: possessing, influenced by, or using any narcotic or controlled substance or any item purported or believed to be a narcotic or controlled substance, or possessing or using drug paraphernalia where the possession or use is prohibited by Minnesota or federal law, or the over-the-counter or prescription drugs for the purpose for mood alteration, or using certain substances including synthetic marijuana or any related derivative for a mood-altering effect, or attempting to purchase or obtain any of the above, including through the use of electronic communication, is prohibited. The consequences for drug use or possession of any type of paraphernalia or chemicals range from a 5-day suspension to an expulsion. The last topic I need to talk to you about, students, is the topic of theft. Theft is defined as the unauthorized taking of another person's property, receiving or possessing such property. The consequences for this particular type of offense range from a 3-day suspension all the way up to an expulsion. Remember, if something does not belong to you, you need to return it to an adult or you need to leave it alone. I also have some very important information surrounding how you can protect yourself from being a victim of theft. The first piece of advice that I have for you is make sure that you have a lock for your gym locker. Over 90% of all of the thefts that happen here at Apple Valley High School take place in a locker room setting. It's also important that you do not bring valuables and also large sums of money to school. Students should also have their calculators engraved. Officer Eliason and I both own engravers, and we would engrave your calculator for free in the attendance office. And we would also provide you with a pass if you are late to your next class. And the last piece of advice that I have for students is to make sure that you do not share your locker combinations or your lunch codes with other people. Our goal here at Apple Valley High School is to provide an environment where individuals feel safe and can realize their full potential here at Apple Valley High School. And so I wish all of you a wonderful school year. And if you have any questions, I'm located in the attendance office. At this time, I'd like to introduce Miss Caton and Miss Randall, who are our school nurses, and they will share some very important information with you.
I want to be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test, to train them is my cause. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Each Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. It's you and me. I know it's my destiny. Pokemon, oh, you're my best friend in a world we must defend. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all.
you look at all the Pokemon in this office?
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe it. There's Charmander and Pikachu and
Oh,
Snorlax.
and I see
Oh, that-
Gyarados. That's
Oh.
a really hard one to find.
I heard that's like one of
know.
the most popular ones
I
in
know.
Minnesota.
I know. Well, we are your school nurses.
I'm Nancy Randall, and I work the first half of the week.
And I'm Evie Caton, not to be confused with Evie. I'm Evie Caton, and I work the last part of the week. You know, I've had some pretty good luck finding some Pokemon. In fact, if you're looking for the nurse Pokemon called Chauncey, you might want to find Pidgey to help you.
Sure.
But here's a clue. Go to the student services area and look for the office across from the counselors. You might find us there.
Secret. Well, we want to help you catch some Pokemon and gather information. Now, pay very close attention. The more you listen, the more points you will get. And the more points you will get, the higher your level will be.
So, first thing, to visit the nurse, you will need a pass. Don't be a slowpoke and miss class. You need to go to your class, check in with your teacher, and get a pass, and then come and see the nurse.
You know, sometimes looking at my phone for all these Pokemon gives me a headache.
Oh, I know.
And walking around this building, my feet get sore and tired.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, the nurse can give you Tylenol or ibuprofen, but to do that, we need parent authorization. This permission, along with any health updates, needs to be done each school year. To do that, you need to access your SchoolView account. So today, or maybe this week, you and your parent can access your SchoolView account and update that information. And remember, it needs to be done every school year. So once that's done, alakazam! You're all set.
Chancy wants you to know that you can also bring your own Tylenol or ibuprofen. Just make sure it's in the original bottle and that your parents are okay with that. This way you can get your medication as soon as you feel you need it, and you will also avoid missing class time.
Come to school prepared to learn. Make sure you get enough sleep each night. You don't want to be like drowsy and fall asleep in class, or be a Snorlax. No. The cots in the school nurse's office are for ill students. They are not for napping.
Well, you know what? Oh, I just found Garchomp on my
Oh,
phone.
look at that.
Garchomp wants you to know that you should chomp on your breakfast. Before you come to school, you should make sure you have something to eat. That will help you feel better and learn more. So if you don't have time to get something at home, put something in your backpack like a Nutri-Grain bar, granola bar, some juice, fruit, cheese, anything like that. Something that you can just grab and go. Also, the school has breakfast here starting at 7 a.m. that you can take advantage of. So there really should be no reason why you come to school with an empty tummy.
Squirtle wants you to know that you should bring your water bottle so that you can stay hydrated, prevent those headaches, and also bring some snacks too. That will help you prevent headaches.
My nose feels kind of like a Bulbasaur.
Oh.
I think I need some like cough drops or some cold medication.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think I do.
Well, unfortunately, the nurse's office does not carry any cough drops or cold medicine. If you have a mild cold, take some non-drowsy cold medicine at home before you come to school. Also bring tissues and water. That will help you.
Yeah, because we got nothing in the nurse's office for colds.
Nothing.
Nada, zip, zero. Well, now that the school year is all set to go, we want you to score big by doing all of those things that we've talked about. And we also want you to know that we understand that these can be stressful years in high school. We know there can be pressures at home, here at school, with friends and academics as well. Please know that the staff here at Apple Valley High School is very interested in helping to support you in any way we can. Please seek out an adult or some designated staff people such as administrators, the counselors, nurses, teachers, anyone that you feel comfortable or that you feel you can trust. And we will help you through whatever situation you're in. We really do care about you, and we want you to have a very good year, and so we are behind you all the way.
Oh, Nancy, look what I found. Look, I think it's Jigglypuff and some of the others. Come on, we should go. We should go.
Okay. So long from Pokey Nurse Go. Have a great year.
Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all.
Hi, I'm Virgil Jones, the new athletic director here at Apple Valley High School. I'm excited to lead the athletic department, support student athletes, and help add to the over 60 Minnesota State High School League championships here at Apple Valley. I want to speak to you today to talk about a few topics that are important to athletics and intramural activities. When you register as a student athlete here, you commit to honoring our athletic pledge. That athletic pledge consists of academically doing your best in the classroom all the time, remaining chemically free throughout your high school athletic career, and 3, being a good citizen, not only here, but being a good citizen at home as well as in the community. If you don't participate in any of our Minnesota State High School League sports, I want you to know that we would love to have you participate in our intramural program here at Apple Valley High School. Third and last, fans. We want you to come be loud, be vocal, be engaged, and support our teams. But we want you to think about 3 things. 1, make sure you're having fun at our athletic events. 2, be positive. Enjoy the atmosphere, enjoy the spirit, and practice good sportsmanship. And 3, be respectful. And what I mean by being respectful is to make sure that we honor not calling names, not calling out numbers, and finally, no negative chants. Eagle Pride. Have a great year.
Hey, here's a couple of other things that we should talk about so you can have a successful school year here. Number 1 is tardies. It is critically important that you get to your classes on time. At 3 tardies, the teacher will meet with you, talk a little bit about it, remind you of our tardy policy. At 5 tardies and every subsequent tardies, there can be school discipline imposed. So please make sure you're showing respect for yourself, your teachers, and your classmates by getting to class on time. Heed the warning bell, get yourself moving, and get to class before that 5-minute bell occurs. Second, I'd like to refer you to page 20 in the handbook, and we're going to talk about a couple of very important items in there. The first is our policy and all of District 196 policy on fighting. District 196 defines fighting as adversarial physical contact differentiated from poking, pushing, shoving, or scuffling, in which one or both of the parties contributed to the situation by verbally instigating a fight and or physical action. Consequences here at the high school would be as follows. Your first offense of fighting will be a 3-day suspension. Second offense, 5-day suspension. Third offense is expulsion from all District 196 schools. Students should also know that if you are involved in a fight here at school, you will be issued a citation by the Apple Valley Police Department, which will require you to head to Dakota County Court in Hastings for a court appointment. Please make sure you are aware of this and we work out our differences in a positive manner. Next, please refer down to page 21 in that same part of the handbook, and we're going to talk about a very important issue titled harassment. Harassment is participating in or conspiring with others to engage in acts that injure, bully, degrade, intimidate, or disgrace other individuals. This includes indecent exposure, displaying pornography and harassing words, or actions that negatively impact on an individual or group because of their characteristics, including the use of electronic communication. Harassment based upon an individual's group sex, race, color, creed, religion, disability, national origin, marital status, family status, age, sexual orientation, genetic information, or public assistance shall be handled as harassment. The consequences for harassment are as follows. First offense is a 1-day suspension. Second is a 3-day suspension. Third offense, a 5-day suspension. And a fourth offense would be expulsion from all District 196 schools. Please make sure we are treating each other with respect and dignity as we go through this educational experience together. Finally, let's talk a little bit about social media. This is one of the growing areas in all schools, both positive and negative in our school climates. Social media can be a wonderful tool as we get information out to schools, to parents, to students about our activities and our successes. But social media also has some negative consequences when used incorrectly. What we would like to talk about right now is think. That before you post something on social media that you think. Think is an acronym in our social media world for the following. T, is it true? H, is it helpful? I, is it inspiring? N, is it necessary? And K, is it kind? Before you post something, if you could think, and if it fits into those categories, what a great thing to put out there. Put inspiring messages to others, supporting your teammates, congratulating your classmates on a job well done, all wonderful uses of social media. But please make sure you think before you post, as those actions can have consequences here at school. Have a great school year. Make sure that you're following the things that we've talked about. Get involved with activities. Show respect for one another. Take responsibility for your actions and make sure you're ready to learn. And we will have a great school year together.
Hi everybody, I'm Mr. Blatzheim and I'm the Arts and Activities Director. I'm here to tell you a little bit about some of our after-school, before-school, co-curricular programming, but also just to encourage you to get involved in your time here at Apple Valley High School. Here at AVHS, we have many different before and after school clubs that you can be a part of. We have student service organizations like National Honor Society, Apple Valley Role Models, Student Council. We also have academically oriented clubs such as Quiz Bowl and Math Team and some more STEM oriented things like Robotics and Science Olympiad. And we have many different options in the arts as well, from our nationally recognized speech and debate team to many opportunities in theater, dance, instrumental music, and vocal music as well. My main message to you here though today is to just remind you to get involved. Be part of the larger Eagle community. All of the teachers in this building care about you, but they don't just care about you from 7:30 to 2:20. They care about you before and after school as well, and many of them show that by being involved as coaches and mentors in many different activities and programs. And we want you to find your way into those activities and programs. Ask anybody, especially those of us who went to school here, what they remember about their high school experience, and they'll tell you they learned a lot in their classes during the day, but a lot of the memories are made as being part of a before-after school club, being on the football team, being part of Quiz Bowl, traveling to speech tournaments on the weekends, being in a band concert or a choir concert with friends. Those are the things that we'll truly remember, and we believe that they're very, very important here at Apple Valley High School. We are a STEM school dedicated to arts, academics, and athletics, and you see those three words right when you walk in the front of the school building. It's important that you get a well-rounded experience so that you're prepared to go out into the world and make a difference. So here we are, it's the first day of school. For some of you, it's your first day of high school. For others of you, it's your last first day of high school. We're glad you're all here. All of the adults in this building are here because we care about you and we want you to get the most out of this experience. If you have any questions, concerns, problems, you can always find any one of us and ask. We're here for you. We're all in this together, so let's make this a great year. Go Eagles!